Hello everyone, I Neha Malik, faculty of DLED Technical Institute of Teacher Education. Today I am going to deliver a lecture on child art. Children's drawing are visually representation made with crayons, markers or pencils that are generated for pleasure but can also be used for therapeutic purposes and developmental assessment. Children's art, especially drawing, represents one of the delights of childhood. Children's drawing obviously show artistic development and expressions in educational and clinical settings that can be vehicles of assessing a child's personality, intellectual development, communication skills, and emotional adjustment. Children's drawing can also aid in helping to diagnose learning disabilities. Now, let us discuss scope of child art. Scope of child art, first one is confidence. In confidence, the skills developed through the theatre gives children the confidence to perform in front of the large audience. Second one is problem solving. Artistic creation are born through the solving of problems. All this practice, problem solving, develops children's skills in reasoning, understanding. This will also help to develop important problem solving skills necessary for success in any career. Third one is perseverance. In any increasingly competitive world where people are being asked to continually develop new skills, perseverance is essential for achieving the success. Fourth, focus. Keeping a balance between listening and contributing, contributing involves a great deal of concentration and focus. Recent research has shown that participation in arts improves the child's ability to concentrate and focus in other aspects of their lives. Fifth, non-verbal communication. Through experiences in theatre and dance education, children learn to break down the mechanics of body language. They experience different ways of moving and how they movement communicate with different emotions. Sixth, receiving constructive feedback. Each art discipline has built a parameter to ensure that critic a valuable experience and greatly contributes to the success of the final piece. Seventh, collaboration. Most art disciplines are collaborative in nature. Through the arts, children practice work together, sharing responsibility and compromising with others to accomplish a common goal. Through these experiences, children gain more confidence and start to learn that their contributes have value even if they do not have biggest role. Eighth one is dedication. In the performing arts, the reward for dedication is the warm feeling of an audience applause that comes rushing over you, making all your efforts worthwhile. Next scope is accountability. When children practice creating something collaboratively, they get used to the idea that their actions affect other people. Through the arts, children also learn that it's important to admit that you made a mistake and take the responsibility for it. Now, we will discuss artistic development among children of primary classes. The stages of artistic development have been studied and named by many individuals. There are many factors that influence the rate at which a child develops. These stages attempt to place a developmental standard that most individuals tend to achieve. There are no national guidance for the art education and does not always fall exactly under specific stages and may be placed under a transitional category. Developmental stages theory assumes that the stages occur in sequential order. Attempt has been made to relate these stages for growth in art directly to chronological age because so many factors contribute to the child's development in art. Just as children do not grow physically and at the same time as their peers, the same can be said for their creative and mental growth. It happens at different rates which is normal. First one is scribble stage, that is from 2 to 4 years. In the first stage occurs when the child manipulate drawing tools, makes random marks and dots and lines. Dots and lines on the drawing surface with little or no concern. First stage is the scribble stage, that is from 2 to 4 years. The first stage occurs when the child manipulate a drawing tool and makes random marks, dots and lines on the drawing surface with a little or no concern or the appearance of marks he makes. There are 3 stages during this stage: random scribbling, controlled scribbling and named scribbling. First one is random scribbling. In random scribbling, the child makes random marks on the surface and these lines make in length and direction. Second one is controlled scribbling. In controlled scribbling, as his motor skills improve, the child gains control over his scribbling and the child is able to draw circles, maybe geometrical shapes. Third one is named scribbling. In the named scribbling, the child begins to name his scribbles. Children like to scribble because it gives them a chance to move their arms around freely. The act of scribbling is purely imaginative. Art materials for the scribbles don't waste money on that. Art material must fit their needs and should provide free expressions without technical differences. Second one is the pre-schematic stage, that is from 3 to 7 years child. The second or pre-schematic stage is entered, the child produces his first representative symbols or objects in his environment. These symbols like circle, square, line change frequently, but we can say that pre-schematic stage refers to that stage when child is drawing his first symbol but has not yet developed schema. Allow the child to master the material. Do not constantly introduce new material. Art materials should be truly on art material, not something cute. Thick poster, paint or large absorbent paper is great for developing. Good quality colored crayons. Pencil can be when more detail are desired. Third stage is schematic stage from 7 to 9 years. The main characteristics of this stage are the repetition of symbols for familiar objects and use of baseline. The term schema refers to the habitually repeated symbols for an object. Example, the lollipop tree. Drawing of people and a series of houses which are all drawn the same. Figures appear flat and stiff and are changed only when there is strong motivation to do so. Multiple baseline are major organizational devices used by the child in this stage. Raised baselines used in increasing frequency as the subject depicted demands variations from the single baseline. The pictures become more complex, yet they still use schema. The fused or continuous contour line is also used to further define figures. Without further instructions and practice, a few children will reach a plateau during the later part of this stage. Art material for the schematic stage are providing students with assignments for observational drawing to improve their skills. Second one is art allows the child the opportunity to observe the world in own special way and express this creatively. The adult must create a good balance between above two concepts, exposing them to the artwork of different artists who have a both realistic and imaginative approach. The fourth stage is the transitional stage, that is from 9 to 12 years. This is the stage in which maturing child, usually 9 years or older, attempt to produce artwork that meets adult standards, yet he still produces work which unintentionally contain many characteristics of the schematic stage. The artwork has visual contradictions. The baseline is replaced by a rectangle ground plane and there is frequent use of intentional overlapping. Much attention is given a detail, sex, roles and clothing differences. Some liner perspectives may use during this stage. Fifth stage is the realism. Fifth stage is the realism stage, that is from 12 years onwards. The stage is realism is entered when the child is producing artwork in the manner of adult artist. Fifth stage, the realism stage, 12 years onwards. The stage of realism is entered when the child is producing artwork in the manner of adult artists. The figure becomes natural in appearance or are intentionally stylized. There is a consistent use of many organizational devices, which is evident in the artwork produced during this stage. It is at this stage that the child becomes more critical self-consciousness about their ability to produce realistic artwork. Objects are no longer arranged side by side on the baseline. The child arranges objects and changes their size in relations to each other. He overlaps the objects. Being aware of the concept of perspective, he uses it to depict distance in his painting. As the student grow older, they have that ability to assign symbolic meaning of objects. So that you can understand the topic child heart. Thank you very much.